Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jeremy, founder of QuickMail.io.
Hey, and this is Jack, Chief Lead Generation Officer at salesbread.com. Today we
Today,
answer, well,
it's not a
today
tear
we're
down.
going to answer. Now we're talking about how do you follow up with a lead that replies to your cold email saying, I'm interested, but that's it. What's the best practice for turning that two-word reply into a booked meeting and a sale?
Nice. Okay.
All right. So we're going to explore. I'm going to share like a few kind of template snippets if you want to add that to your swipe file. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, because today most B2B companies lack the time or expertise to turn your cold prospects into warm sales qualified leads. So at salesbread.com, we're here to bring you one lead every day, Monday through Friday, by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about list building, personalization, copywriting, outreach strategy, reply handling, follow up, and everything in between. So if that sounds pretty good, head over to salesbread.com, check out some of our content, learn some sales tricks, and maybe even get in touch, see how we can help you today.
Yeah, do that. Well, it's also hard to scale an agency that manages cold outreach once you pass the 10 client mark, even maybe 6 or 7. Keeping track of all the inboxes and their sending reputation becomes an absolute nightmare. Meanwhile, you're worried how to keep getting results for your clients, but your team doesn't have the visibility on which client needs the most attention. True case. Actually, we solved that actually, but anyway, I'm spoiling the beans here. Not to mention having to deal with unhelpful support, very common these days, unfortunately. Every day asking why some part of the tool is not working again. In fact, today I've been reached out to someone who's been waiting for 2 days to have these campaigns working, and I won't name the competitor. That's why some of the biggest cold email agencies in the world choose QuickMail. It's no drama, it just works, and you can scale your business without worrying that things will break while you're away. So if your operation's looking for the most robust, flexible cold email tool to scale your business and great deliverability, head over to quickmail.io and start a trial or ask support for a demo. That's it.
That's it. All right, let's dive straight into the question. Somebody says, I'm interested.
Good for them.
What do
Good
you
for them.
do?
Let me just put the timer. It's like,
Oh, we need that timer. Otherwise, we ramble. That's right.
that's
So
right.
someone says, I'm interested. And just for the sake of the conversation, we'll say they respond to the second touch. It was a two short emails. They don't have a ton of context, but the problems, the benefits, social proof mentioned was enough to hook the prospect into becoming a lead by saying, I'm interested. Notice they didn't request for a call. They didn't specifically ask for more information, but this is a sales opportunity. And I bring it up because SalesBread clients and just emails that come in have asked what's the best way to do a good job with these leads. You want a strong conversion from reply to booked meetings. So what happens now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got my
Okay. So
thoughts, but
all right.
maybe enlighten us. What's your approach?
Yeah. So everyone that's asked this question, when I'll follow up and say, "Can I see what you've been sending?" It's always too long. It's always
Mm.
the kitchen sink. In fact, I can share. Somebody said, "Oh, I took my website, I fed it into
Chat
GTP
GPT.
4." And I said, "How would you summarize this?" No, this is a true story. And like it responded with like 4 paragraphs,
So
and
funny.
then like 2 links to other things, slide deck in the attachment. And he's like, a lot of people just ghost after that. And I'm like, they're not ghosting, they're just confused. And the confused mind,
Overwhelmed.
the default, yeah, is non-action. So I say keep your cold email brain um, intact while you write these follow-up emails, and respect the same kind of psychology behind that, where it's the next step, get them to take the next step. So um, is that in line, Jeremy, with what you were kind of thinking your approach?
Um, Not exactly, but I think it's pretty good. One point that I could say is on a similar vein is even before trying to then convert someone who say, yeah, I'm interested, and then you have to sort of like, what do I do now? Do I just redo my
Yeah,
pitch? Do I like
yeah,
send a Calendly link, whatever?
yeah,
I would say maybe revisit your CTA. Maybe your CTA is like, are you interested? yes, I'm interested. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe the
Okay.
CTA could be tweaked a little bit later. You know, is
Good
it
point.
worth jumping on a call? That could be like a,
Yeah.
you know, another one, because if they say yes,
Yeah.
then that's easy. You know, you take them to the
Okay.
next step. So that's something like that. But
Okay.
it
So yeah,
doesn't bother me. I'm
revisiting the
okay.
CTA.
Yeah, that's a
What
possibility.
I'm thinking, Jeremy, is if you want the absolute best reply rate, I'm kind of getting the goods in the beginning, so it won't get better for me after this. But if someone says,
I
I'm
got you back, my
interested,
friend.
thank you. My suggestion is unpack that a little bit and make it really easy to go one step further. I want to find out what specifically interests them. So I may return saying, happy to share more so that I know what kind of info to share. Can you tell me which one of these two should I provide either a video or a couple slides on? And I'm taking a tip from Greg at Pitch Kitchen that was on our podcast years ago. And he's like,
Yeah.
don't just give the same 30 slide presentation to every prospect. Just say, look, I got a bunch of stuff. What do you really care about? And that's kind of what I like to do here is
What do
let's
you want to
unpack it a little
see?
more. Just,
Yeah.
is it really like, are you more concerned with like this feature, or was this problem the number one thing you're looking to solve here? Just let me know and I'll send more relevant info your way. It's so hard to say no to if you just responded, I'm interested.
Okay. Different tackle, like different angle. I'll say
Yeah.
maybe the next step is to qualify them. Like, I don't really know what the emailer has been, but it could be something like, great, before we jump on a call, like you're sort of implying the next step is a call. Like, hey, before we
There
jump
you
on a
go.
call, you know, can you
Yeah.
tell me roughly, like, you know, and then you answer, like, you have like 1 or 2 or 3 questions that will help you to navigate, like, oh, they don't have a team, they're just like one person or whatever. Hey, here's a demo of how our product is working, like the video, like go watch it. Or
Ooh,
it's like,
that's
oh,
good.
100%, like, who else needs to be on a call, right? I'd like to figure out, you know, who in your company is, you know, needs to be on the call and stuff like that. So
Come
that's
on, Jeremy.
the
You
sort
should
of
have
like
gone
next.
first. That's brilliant. Okay. So they say I'm interested, and it's like, okay, before we hop on a call, right? Imply next step, dig in a little bit more about them. And
Hmm.
I love asking prospects questions about them, especially if it helps qualify, because people want to talk about themselves and it also helps you give the right info. That's perfect.
And please don't make it too broad. Like, hey, tell me about yourself. Like, yeah, and then like they wouldn't know what to say. So go really straight. Like, hey, do you happen to have just one location, or like, you know, whatever it is that is your sort of like main criteria that you
Love
couldn't
it.
verify while you do the prospecting.
Okay. And so it kind of looks like before we hop on a call, I just need to find out two things. One, do you have more than one location?
Perfect.
And two,
Perfect.
who handles your outbound calls right now?
Brilliant.
Talk soon. Right. And then they get back to you, and then you know how to direct them properly. Okay. So then I'm going to skip ahead to what if they don't respond to this first touch? It's cold email mentality. You follow up with them.
Or
Okay.
you call.
Or you
Like, hey,
call.
just want to follow up on the email I just sent you. I figured it will be much easier to do it by phone. Do you have like 3 minutes so we can just, you know, get to know better and then move on?
I love it. And what's even better is you kind of know who's open to taking a warm call, if you will. And it's those that have
Put
their
it in
cell
their
phone in their
signature.
email signature. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Like if you're
Yeah.
phone allergic, like Jeremy, you don't have a phone number in
No, I
your
don't.
say
No.
you don't want to call. But if you happen to throw it in there, you're used to taking work calls and you're probably happy to do it to the person you said
Yeah.
you're
And
interested
maybe
in.
your
So
medium, your favorite medium. That's right. Good point.
100%, 100%. So then it's a follow up, and you can jump on the phone, or um, actually, or you should pick up the
That's
phone,
right. You should
call
do
these leads,
both.
and you should follow up with another email. But again, mix it up. So if the first message said, I want to send you something, but I first need to find out where you're at, maybe the next one is like, hey, while we're kind of waiting to get something set up, a bit of more information from you, here's this 60-second video that shows X. And I think of it like a movie trailer, whether it's a PDF or 1 or 2 slides or
Mhm.
a short snippet video. You want this movie trailer to not give them everything. It should just show the highlight
What do you mean?
Mostly on.
I can't put my whole book into that email that's got
You
everything.
can't put the whole book. No, you just sort of want to shortcut the best, and then ask, say, if this piques your interest, how's blank day or next week, or this link to book a call, and you're back in the cold email copywriting mode.
I would even say, actually, you send your follow-up exactly like you said, and you have like your PS. If I have time today, I'll also give you a call. And that's it. So that's where it's like, oh shit, he's going to call me. Maybe I should reply him right away. If they actually don't want to have a call with you, it's kind of like a little nudge, right? I like that.
Dude. Wait, that's brilliant. PS, if I have time, I'll also give you a call later on today.
That's right. Yeah. Something like that. Sort of like, push a little bit. I'd say another thing.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I suggested this topic. I'm thinking like, oh, I'll do most of the talking. All the good ones. All right, you're on fire. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. Another thing I will do as well is give them two choices. Like, it's like, awesome, you're interested. The next step is usually this or this. Which one do you actually prefer to take? So you realize that there is no, there's no like, do you want to take the next step, or it's just like this one or this one? And usually that's short circuit, the decision making process of people, because now you give them like the two options, and it's this one or this one. There's no option like we stop the process here or whatever. So it's also easy, because they could just reply call, or they could reply demo or whatever, that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
3 for 3. Oh, slam dunk. I'm just like, don't forget that. All right, cool. So yeah,
I got one last actually, but it's kind of close to this one. Is you basically help your prospect to go through the process. So it'll be something like, great, the next step is to do X. And the idea really is like, you take the lead, right? The next step is to verify that you will benefit most from our solution. Do you mind telling us a few questions? You realize it's all about the same, all about like different angle for the sort of like same thing. So, try it out. It may work better with one industry than the other. Yeah. But the idea is like, you're the salesperson, you're the one who should actually own the process. And way too often I got like, do you think we should jump on a call? It's like, dude, just lay out the process. And also if you say like, we have a 3-part process, it would be really cool to just say like something like, hey, we have a 3-part process. We jump on a call. We make sure that you get, whatever, we do you a demo, whatever, like those sort of things. But when you lay out and map it out, it's like, great, I'm on a train. I'm on a ride. I'm just going to ride along, and then, yeah, let's do it, And
I'm going to arrive at this destination.
That's right. And so land. I got enough on my plate to also have to help and educate the salesperson as to, yeah, I want to do next. Yeah, can we make the next thing, happen, or
That's
whatever.
Right.
And the last thing about this, I'm just sorry, I'm on the roll. Last thing about this is like, everyone has different way of, going through a journey. Like if you ask me, like, I would hate having a qualifying call, right? So it happened to me with LinkedIn, and I was mad as hell. Like the guy say, oh, I'd say, what are we talking? Remember? It's like, oh, I need to make sure that you qualify for then me sending you to someone else. I say, well, can you just like send me an email to qualify and then send me directly to the, like, why are we talking? Like, I was mad. For some people, they like to be like, kindergarten, it's like, hey, let me hold your hands. I don't like that. Like, can we actually skip stuff? Anyway, that was like my 2 seconds rant.
Perfect. Well, I'll end with this. How many times should you follow up with that person who said, I'm interested, before giving up? My advice is 2 things should happen before you give up. The first is you get a reply from that prospect telling you they're not interested, or you either leave the company or you die. That's when you should stop following up, because they're probably just busy. If they said they're interested at one point, they're telling you the truth. There's not a lot of good to come from lying to salespeople. Keep following up, use multi-channel, pick up the phone, do your thing, and you'll close more sales and book more meetings along the way. Jeremy, thank you for carrying this episode today.
Can you actually imagine that? Like your prospect that say interested, then you send the follow-up and they say, actually, no, I'm not interested. Stop contacting me. That'd be weird.
The only thing I've sent is I've seen someone say I'm interested. more details were shared, and then someone's like, "Oh, I thought it was a blah thing, and it was just because of
Oh yeah.
a email that lacked clarity." Right? That will happen
Good
sometimes. But
point.
you're right. Who's going to say like I'm not? So, anyways,
Good stuff.
perfect. That's the answer to the question of what do you say when someone replies, "I'm interested." Perfect job, Jeremy. Thanks.
Hey, what about the course?
What about it?
And you're not
What
going to
about it?
plug it today?
That's right. So if you appreciated this conversation, if you said, "Oh, Jack and Jeremy, they were mostly Jeremy, just like helped out my B2B sales game," this is the playground. This is the blank canvas where we come and jam and share stuff. But the course is actually where Jeremy and I had to sit down, make a structure. If we had a gun to our head and said we need to take a normal everyday B2B professional and turn them into an agency level cold emailer in 8 weeks. We sat down and made that course so that you'll master not only copywriting and the 2 modules that show you over our shoulder writing stuff, but also how do you personalize even when profiles are not really filled out or you don't know a whole lot. How do you follow? What's the system behind inboxing and keeping 60% open? All that is where we want you, the listener, to level up your skills really quickly. And you can take us, put us to the test. There's a money back guarantee after a month. If you're not where you want to be with your cold email game, if you're not seeing the reply rates increase, you don't have to pay for it. So it's a pretty risk-free option. Head over to course.quickmail.io to start your cold email, let's say masterclass, or just get better than the average agency owner. Really, if you're serious about it, that's where to go. Course.quickmail.io.
And it's timeless. Like unlike other courses when they give you hacks and stuff, we give you strategy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what year you're going to do it. Like you can give that to your grandchildren. I'm kidding. Maybe not. Who knows?
Enough said. Well said. All right,
right.
Jeremy, this is great. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, Jack.